The art of presidential campaigning has been practiced for hundreds of years for different reasons with various outcomes. Not everyone's playing to win. So let's put this into perspective tonight from inside the game. I spoke with Joel Rubin, a well-connected Democratic strategist and former Deputy Secretary of State. Joel, the Democratic side is getting really full at this point.
Yes.
But in truth, many of these people are throwing their hat in the ring knowing they are not going to be the nominee in the end, right? Unless something goes catastrophically wrong for the front runners.
Well, there's always that hope, right, for individual candidates that maybe their moment will come, something will flare, that there will be perhaps a big issue related to cities, and Pete Buttigieg will all of a sudden become the guy who is asked questions at candidate fora or by the news and gets on TV, and his star begins to rise, and they get into that first tier of candidates. So I think at this stage, most of the candidates who are second tier think that they could be within the first tier. And so that's in many ways why they're jumping in so early.
Issues are important. And I think voters a lot of times can sniff out who's real and who's kind of fake. And it seems to me that the worst motivation could be for anyone to get in this for a vanity project, just so like, I always wanted everyone to know my name. It seems that could be a pitfall for politicians.
Well, it could be a pitfall, but it's also kind of the currency of the business. These people are going in because they want to be known, they want to be seen as real leaders. But what will distinguish them is the question, and what will stand out. And you're going to begin to see some of these newer candidates who are lower tier attack the upper tier candidates. We're already seeing that with Castro attacking Sanders over issues of reparations for slavery. So they're going to try to raise their profile, and the pushback may very well be, oh, you're a vanity candidate, you don't stand for anything, and trying to discredit them. But that opens up a window then for those individuals to demonstrate they may have the goods.
Who do you think is doing it right? And we'll put aside for a moment whether they are doing it to make an issue front and center, or if they're doing it to push the party further left or to the middle, of someone who seems like, okay, they're onto something with their candidacy so far.
We've seen Kamala Harris come out strong,
Yeah.
and she has made a very clear message about what she stands for. She is looking for the African-American vote right now. She's leaning into that. She had a very strong kickoff, and that is a base that is to be reckoned with in terms of voting. We've also seen Bernie Sanders come out very strong and fundraise incredibly effectively. Surprisingly,
small dollar donations.
Small dollar, and he's a good example of what happens when over time one can increase their viability. In 2016, he runs a long shot, but he builds a national base. Now he is legitimately the front runner in terms of national name recognition and ability to raise money. Surprisingly, in the negative side, Cory Booker has really not taken off. He has been named a lot, but he's sort of in the middle of the discussion. And Elizabeth Warren seems like she's trying to figure out how to position herself vis-a-vis Bernie Sanders. So that's some of the horse racing, but we'll also have Joe Biden pretty soon too, and that will shake things up.
Oh, you think he's going to get in?
Yeah, he's going to get in. He's going to get in.
Really?
Yeah.
And then he's the 500-pound gorilla.
He's the 500-pound gorilla.
That also makes you a big target, because then you have 13 people all coming after one person.
But it's going to make it very hard for people to attack him. How are they going to attack him? Many of the positions that he's been leading on, they support. And then they all know that behind him may very well be Barack Obama.